What is up, everybody? It's your boy Shazwiyt, and welcome back to another video. Thank you for joining me yet again, and thank you so much for your continued support. If you're new to this channel and you're clicking on me for the very first time, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and also turn on that post notification bell so that you get notified every time I upload a new video. With that being said, let's get straight into today's content. Okay, let's do it. Now, today we're going to be talking about a kind of controversial topic. It's to do with the role of the man and the woman in the home, so aka gender roles. And we're going to be looking at them from an opinion of a famous person we've seen in the title. Her name is Fantasia. Fantasia Barrino. You may know her. She is a famous American singer. She was most notably the winner of American Idol, like the third season. So she was one of the very first winners. She had a pretty successful music career in the first like couple years of releasing music. Like, you know, her like first albums went platinum, and she even had a #1 hit. She won a Grammy, and she's been nominated for a bunch of Grammys. So yeah, she's had a pretty good career. It's just sad she's being slept on nowadays. But yeah, she's definitely one of those people who, you know, who can really sing, and she has an incredible voice. So recently, she went on The Breakfast Club, which is like this radio show with Charlemagne the God, Angela Yee, and DJ Envy. And it was a really cool interview, and I'll put the link in the description if you want to watch that. So I'm going to put a video up that I want you guys to watch, and yeah, I want your thoughts on that. You can put your thoughts in the comments, but I'm going to give you my thoughts on what she said. So take a look.
Real talk. I salute that.
Yeah, every month.
Because we need more of that. You know what I mean? We need more men to stand up and lead the way. Most women are trying to be the leader. That's why you can't find a man. You can't be the king in the house. Fall back and be the queen and let your man lead the way. So I salute you for that.
What does that mean? You can't be a leader? Because a lot of women look at it like, no, you know, I could lead in my household. I could do this in my household. What does that mean?
That's not how it's supposed to be, and that's why we bump heads. And I feel like it's a generational thing. And we could talk, we can go real deep on that, and I don't need to start that, but it's a generational curse. And how society have placed our men. And women have to stand up and be the mother and the father and the provider. And so then now you are so bad, you can't be told nothing, that when the right man come, you lose him because you trying to be the man. I was finna say,
Right.
man.
Can we be equal?
Oh, of course. Because at the end of the day, I'm the neck, my man's the head. So he can't make any moves without his wife. You know what I mean? It all works together. But you can't be the head of the house. You got to let the man be the head of the house. But it's a generational thing, and it's what we've been taught. To stand up, be strong, be the, you know what I mean? And a dude come, and everything about you is like a man.
Sometimes.
Okay, so as you can tell from the video that you guys just watched, you can see that Fantasia was talking about gender roles, and she was talking about what she thinks of the husband and the wife in the home, and how she thinks that's supposed to be carried about, and how she feels like it's a sort of generational curse in particular among Black women, and how some women in general want to be both the mother and the father, or the husband and the wife in the relationship. And you know, it tends to pressure or push, you know, the spouse away. It tends to push the husband away. Or I guess this could also apply to homosexual relationships, so it could push the other woman away if you're in a lesbian marriage, I guess. I don't think this only applies to marriages. I think this applied to any sort of romantic relationship. And so she was talking about the word submit, and this caused quite a bit of backlash, or it became a trending topic, because you have a lot of people, especially women, who didn't agree with her views because they didn't like her use of the word submit. And that word submit has a connotation of, I guess, slavery, you know what I mean? Of having to be under someone and being told what to do when you have no say and you have no opinion. And even if you look at the definition of the word submit, I could understand as to why people would be, intimidated by such a word, because it means to accept or yield to a superior force or to the authority or will of another person. But it can also mean subject to a particular process, treatment, or condition. And I think that second definition is where she was getting at. I think, my opinion on it is I actually agree with her. I know it may seem biased because I am a man, but I think what basically she was trying to say was basically that when you're in a relationship, you should give each other the opportunity to be both the leader and the follower. As you saw in the interview, Fantasia said that she does agree that, you can be equal. She wasn't saying that, you shouldn't be equal or giving the idea that one is a slave to another. No, she was just basically saying that you should let the man lead. You should let the man feel like he's able to lead in his own home and make certain decisions. No one should feel inferior in any way. Because in a relationship, you can both be the leaders and you can both be the followers at the same time. And you need a balance of both. Okay, so I think that's what she was getting at. But before I go further into this topic, I also wanted to show a video of her husband, Kendall Taylor, who on Instagram, on IG Live, basically he gave his thoughts on all of the backlash. And yeah, and I wanted to give a male perspective. So here's the video. You guys can watch.
To help me build my character, to reshape my perspective that was messed up in the streets and dealing with different propaganda and programming and things like that, so that I can come to my wife from a pure position. So when I do that and she sees me and she witnesses over time that it's an authentic demonstration, her heart is moved and softened and compelled to submit to me. What does that look like? That doesn't mean that I dictate every decision. I don't walk around the house saying what we're gonna spend, how we're gonna do it. We talk and we build. And I consider everything that's on her heart, her perspective, her position, her philosophy. I'll carefully weave that into my philosophy to figure out what's the best move for this family, keeping all of that in mind. Now, the moment I start to step outside of righteousness and I start to move from a place of emotion instead of analytics, she has every right to snatch that back because submission is a gift. When she sees me laying at the foot of the Father, she has no reason to withhold that from me. The problem is this: men are not found in positions of leadership handling it with integrity.
Okay. So as you can see in the video, he basically was talking about how to him submission is equal between them, is equal between the man and the woman. Between him and Fantasia, and how in his marriage they talk through everything. There's obviously a spiritual aspect to it as well, and obviously that's not for everybody. Not everybody is Christian or is religious, but I think in a way this could apply to everybody, or not. I don't know. He also said how like it's all about what's the best move for the family, so for him and his wife, and hopefully if they have kids one day. And it's talking about moving from a place of analytics and not from a place of emotion. So when we talk about analytics, we're talking about being realistic, we're talking about what are the statistics, we're talking basically about being logical in the decisions that you make in the home. You know what I mean? Fantasia's husband is obviously less popular than she is. He makes less money than she does, or etc., etc., you know what I mean? But he also has his own thing. He's able to take care of her. He's able to do certain things for her if ever she's busy, and she's able to do the same thing, vice versa. In their marriage, he is able to say, why don't I do this, or I will take care of this. As my woman, you can do you can do this, so you can focus on that. It's not to say that women are inherently slaves or that they're inherently made to do certain things. Other than, of course, that women are naturally like caregivers. They're better at being mothers than men because, y'all breastfeed and whatnot. But otherwise not, he was just basically talking about how if logistically it's better for him to do something than for her to do something, then they do it. Whether it means that he is better, if let's say he's better at doing in-house chores like cleaning the dishes or, whatever it is, then it's better if he does it and she does it, and then she focuses on other things where he may not have his strengths in. So I think that's what basically it's all about. It's like a song and dance. It's about saying where are a person's sort of strengths and weaknesses. How can we, create a sort of cycle or vibe in our relationship that helps create expression and representation for both of us. And I think that's what it was all about at the end of the day. You know what I mean? I obviously, and I'll say this again, it might seem biased, but I didn't get offended by this at all, and I totally understood where they both were coming from. And also, from a Christian perspective, and I understand not everybody's Christian, but from a Christian perspective, in the Bible, it does say, wives, submit yourselves, and this is in Ephesians 5, chapter 3, Ephesians 5, verse 16, I think, or something like that. It says, wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. Just go in Ephesians 5. Wives, submit yourselves to your own husbands as you do to the Lord. For the husband is the head of the wife, as Christ is the head of the church, his body, of which he is the Savior. And so even the Bible alludes and talks about how, wives submit to their husbands, but also husbands love your wives at the same time. Husbands respect your wives. Do not abuse your wives. The Bible does say that at the same time. No one here is trying to justify the abuse of any person in the relationship. We're not trying to make anyone feel less than. What we're saying is that, the man should always, have the opportunity to feel like he is dominant in certain areas, like that he is able to lead in certain areas, that he is able to feel like he can take care of his wife. And so when you take care of something, it means that you are leading in that particular thing. That's what it means to lead. I'm able to take care of you. I'm able to provide protection for you and make you feel secure, which is something I feel like a man should do in a relationship to his wife. He should make her feel secure. At the same time, women can make their men feel secure too. It's not just a one-way street. It can happen the other way around too. Because at the end of the day, if you're talking about sort of like the basic kind of relationship, when women cook and protect the home front and do all of that stuff, that's leading also because they're doing an extremely important job. You know what I mean? I just think that the media and sort of society has made it seem like the things that women do are less than, when they're literally the individuals that bring people into this world. Like, how can you not recognize that as important? It literally is life. They're the life givers, okay? I respect you women, we 100% do. But also, give us men the opportunity to be there for you too, you know what I mean? But yeah. And also in the Bible, there's also another verse which I found interesting, which was in Genesis chapter 3, verse 16, where God is talking to Adam and Eve. And he's saying that, so this was after they listened to the serpent and ate the fruit of the forbidden tree. And basically God gave them their punishments. They said, God said to the woman, he said, I will make your pains in childbearing very severe. With painful labor, you will give birth to your children. Your desire will be for a husband, and he will rule over you. And then, in that same verse, God went on to tell Adam how he will labor in the fields and how his ground will be sort of hard, or it could be unfruitful, whatever it is. Basically, how he has to work hard to provide for the family and all of this. So, in a way, God, I guess, purposely made, sort of dominance in relationships sort of a punishment. So I think in a way, God knew that that in future there was always going to be a struggle between man and women, and how there was going to be a struggle for, I guess, dominance, or for who submits to who. You know what I mean? And that's why we still have this conversation today, because it was set in stone from the beginning that already there was this context of this person has to do this because they're of this sex, and this person does that. When prior to that, Adam and Eve, there was no sort of thing whereby this person does this because of sex, they were equal. You know, they didn't have kids. It was just them in the Garden of Eden taking care of everything. There was literally true, absolute equality. But because of what had happened and the sin, that's when the whole divide between men and women started. That's when the whole giving birth for women happened and men working, you know, and working for men happened too. So that definitely has spilled over into literally pretty much every relationship since that time throughout the history of mankind. How men automatically are inclined to be the workers and the providers in the family and the breadwinners, while women are meant to be sort of supplementary and are just there to be the support, you know, and aren't encouraged to lead. But that was basically it. So at the end of the day, relationships are different. But I think at the end of the day, both spouses or both the girlfriend and the boyfriend or boyfriend and boyfriend, girlfriend and girlfriend should have the opportunity to feel like they're the leader and both the follower in the relationship. Because we all want to feel secured. But at the same time, we all want to secure someone else at the same time. And we should have the opportunity to be both. But that's my opinion on that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Hope I did not take too much of your time. I just thought this was a super interesting topic, and gender roles, especially in this time of, you know, where, you know, there's feminism and all of these movements are like the Me Too movement and just everything about, you know, creating equality and equity, among the genders. It's always an interesting topic to go back and forth on. I might do another video with this where I bring a female perspective in there as well. But yeah, this was really interesting. I love Fantasia though. She's really cool. Anyway, so that was my opinion on that. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love you, Shazwiyt gang. Please stay tuned for more videos coming this week. Got some interesting stuff coming for you guys as usual. Feel free to share the channel if you want to. And yeah, Shazwiyt gang, I am clear.